Hey Absol-lites. So the topic of what would your Pokemon gym be if you were in the Pokemon games is something that a lot of Poketubers have done. Like, what would your team be? What would you look like? What would the puzzle be? What have you? And since I consider myself to be at least part Poketuber, I decided to give it a try. Here we go! This video is gonna actually have two parts to it, like what MandJTV did for his video on the topic. The first part will be my gym in the Galar region, so I have to use a type that doesn't already have a Galar gym, and then I will use Galar Dex Pokemon. Also, it'll have to be something that might actually appear in mainline games. The second part will be my gym anywhere with no restrictions. So, okay, let's start with my Galar gym. I would be a Psychic gym leader, because Psychic is my third favorite type, and my top two, Dark and Dragon, both already have gyms in Galar. I'm thinking the puzzle would be like working your way through corridors in a Harry Potter-esque thing, and the trainers inside are paintings. When you get to the top, you challenge me, the gym leader. Oh, I'm also thinking this gym would be in Ballinley, just because it has a really nice aesthetic that fits with my magic-esque Psychic gym. Let's just say that Bede moved to Kalos to learn more about fairy types. This is my design for what I think Gym Leader me would look like. When I first came up with this idea, what I thought was kind of like if Thalia Grace from Percy Jackson was a guy and then became a wizard. And I think I pulled that off fairly well. My league number is 475, the national dex number of my ace, just to give you a little clue as to what it is. I took a mix of the Dragon and Psychic uniforms, slapped a leather jacket on it, gave myself purple eyes because they look cool, and let's face it, make me look more anime, and I think that was it. By the way, try to appreciate the design. I know the drawing looks bad, I did it in the free digital art program GIMP, with the mouse. That's the same thing that I use for my challenge run thumbnails and the characters that I show in my videos, like the custom Absol you see. I'd be the last gym leader so I could have the least restrictions, and like Raihan, I would use double battles because they're just more interesting to me. My team would consist of Indeedee with Psychic Charge, Xatu, Galarian Rapidash, and Gallade. Notice that this team doesn't actually contain a G-Max Pokemon. That's because I don't really like any of the Psychic-type G-Max Pokemon. My team's movesets would be as follows. Indeedee, my Psychic Terrain Setter, with the moveset of Reflect to deal with pesky physical attackers, Follow Me to make sure I can set up while challengers have to attack Indeedee, Psychic for obvious stab, and Metronome to cause all sorts of wacky shenanigans for challengers. Rapidash, my first sweeper, with Play Rough and Zen Headbutt for stab, Swords Dance to make opponents fear me, like they fear Winona's Altaria after a few Dragon Dances, and Throat Chop to deal with Ghost types. Xatu, my second sweeper, with Air Slash and Psychic for obvious stab, Thunder Wave to cripple challengers' speed, making them unlikely to outspeed my sweepers, and Shadow Ball for coverage in case anyone brings Ghost types to deal with me. Lastly, Gallade, my ace, with no Psycho Cut and Drain Punch for stab, Night Slash to deal with Ghost types, and Poison Jab for coverage against Fairy types. Alternatively, since I put those little electric sparkles in my hands, maybe Thunder Punch. So that wraps up my Galar gym, but what about anywhere without any restrictions, like needing to make it look like a mainline game? Well, that would be in the Hoenn region, because that's my favorite region, it was the first region I played, and I would use the Dark and Dragon types, being the first ever dual-type gym leader. We've had one multi-type gym leader in Blue, but no dual-type gym leaders. I would do it in Mauville because I like that aesthetic, and let's just say that Watson, got electrocuted too hard by a Magnemite while working in New Mauville. Okay, no, that's extremely dark. Let's just say he moved up to be an Elite Four member after Drake retired. Are you happy now? This gym actually doesn't have a puzzle, instead just being a series of trainers that you fight without ever getting time to heal up your Pokemon. This is my design for Gym Leader May. I have a mix of the Dark and Dragon Galar outfits, because Galar was my third region, and honestly the one with the most interesting type-themed outfits. My team has a lot more Dragon than Dark types, so I did give Dragon more prominence, but I definitely put both in there. I gave myself striking blue eyes because I felt like it, and they look fairly anime. And as you can plainly see, I took a lot of inspiration from Lance. I got that when I was searching for the Dragon outfit, and saw that Lance's Heart Gold Soul Silver appearance is very similar to the Galar Gym outfit. I know the weird Dark-type leggings don't really match the rest of the outfit, but I still like them. My team is brutal. I want you to hurt. I want you to be so scared after I beat you in this gym battle that you can never hold a Pokeball again. So my team consists of Absol, though it isn't my Mega, Salamence, Duraludon, Houndoom, Garchomp, and my ace, a mystery Pokemon that no one has ever beaten. Few have even gotten to, and the ones who have are so scared that they can't describe it. Absol, my opener, my first sweeper, though the weakest of them. With the ability Super Lock, a Scope Lens, and the first move Night Slash for stab, Absol almost always crits. Though he also has Swords Dance to set up, Psycho Cut for added coverage, and Play Rough to deal with anyone that uses either more dragons or fighting types. Salamence, the first of my pseudo-legendaries, with Outrage and Fly for obvious stab, Dragon Dance to set up, and Steel Wing to deal with fairies. Duraludon, my answer for said fairy types, since otherwise my team is completely walled by them, with Flash Cannon and Dragon Pulse for stab, Iron Defense to make sure it can stick around, and Thunderbolt for a bit of extra coverage. Houndoom, my second sweeper, Flamethrower and Dark Pulse for stab, Sludge Bomb in case of any fairy types that made it past Duraludon, and Nasty Plot to set up. Garchomp, my main sweeper, the one most people think are my ace, since most final gym leaders only have 5 Pokemon, with a very standard Dragon Sweeper moveset of Outrage and Earthquake for stab, Swords Dance to set up, since for some reason Garchomp doesn't get Dragon Dance, and Brick Break to deal with ice types. Last is my mystery Pokemon, my ace, the reason no one has made it to the Pokemon League in 18 years. Rayquaza. Rayquaza knows the moves Outrage and Dragon Dance for obvious reasons, Brick Break to deal with Rock and Ice types, and Dragon Ascent. That's right, this isn't just Rayquaza, this is Mega freaking Rayquaza. I don't normally think about the quotes, but I came up with a few that I really like. At the start of the battle, I say, "You made it?" It's been a while since anyone's made it past my set of elite trainers, all in a row like that without time to heal. Well, it doesn't matter. You don't stand a chance against me. When you get me down to my last Pokemon, I say, it's been ages since anyone got me down this far. That's why no one in living memory actually knows what my final Pokemon is. But now you will. And like the few people who have ever gotten here before, you'll be too scared to ever tell anyone. Go, Rayquaza! When I use the move Dragon Ascent, I say, it's time for you to face the reason no one has ever made it past me since I started. Rayquaza, it's time for Plan Delta! Mega time! Use Dragon Ascent! But despite all this, you do manage to beat me, of course, and I respond to that with, How did you beat me? How? I perfected this team! No one has ever beaten me! You even beat Plan Delta! That's not fair! Fine, take the dang badge. And I guess you can have this TM too. It contains Outrage, the most powerful move that dragon types can use. It confuses them after that, though, so it might not be the best for long battles. Also, hey, fun little side note, my original plan for this team, before realizing how insanely OP it already is, was Absol, Dragonite, Hydreigon, Salamence, Tyranitar, and Rayquaza. I figured that a team of all pseudo-legends, except for Absol and one legendary, would be too OP, even for the no restrictions gym. So, there you have it. Those are my two custom gyms, one in Galar and the other with no restrictions. I might do something like this in the future again, and this video was actually really fun to make, so I probably will, but probably not soon. And if I do, I'm thinking of something like Birdkeeper Toby's My Pokemon Gym series, but with a twist that you'll see if I do that. Anyway, this has been fun, and if you want to see more fun Pokemon or Lumion Legacy stuff from me, you can check out the video on screen now. But otherwise, thanks for watching, this has been fun. Make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to join the Absol-lites, and otherwise, peace out!